Hi everyone, it's Skyla. Welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing very well. We're on to day 21 of 31 days of Christmas. And guess what we're doing today? We're doing top 10 of my favourite wrestling matches of all time. So yeah, as you guys know, I'm a wrestling fan, so it's all good. So we'll start off with number 10. I've got 2 entries for number 10. So, and they're both SummerSlam matches from different years. So we're going to start off with Hulk Hogan, Brutus the Barber Beefcake with Miss Elizabeth versus Zeus and Macho Man Randy Savage with Sensational Sherry from SummerSlam 1989. And this was the first ever SummerSlam I ever watched and bought on VHS back in the day. And then we've got the main event of SummerSlam 92, which was Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog for the Intercontinental Championship. The reason why I've put that down as well is because I was there with one of the 92,000 people at WrestleMania Stadium at 92. In 1992. So I was 9? Was I 9? Yeah. 9. Yeah. Great memories. So if we've got for 9, we've got Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes from AEW. That match where they just tore the house down and they made each other bloody. It was a messful night, but it was a great match. Now this is one of my favourites, number 8. This is from New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is from the G1 Climax 28. This is Kenny Omega. Yeah, I do have a Kenny Omega on my list. Yes, match on my list. This is Zack Sabre Jr. That was just incredible. 7. We've got Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky for the TNT Championship when Scorpio Sky had that gold belt and then Wardlow won it from him. And that match was in Rochester, New York. I know that because I remember watching it and crying my eyes out when Wardlow won. So 6, we've got another G1 Climax match from 2019. It's Sonata versus Evil. That was a classic. That's one of the best matches I've seen from New Japan. So yeah. So 5, we got Wardlow versus RC Dupree in a ladder match from IWC when Wardlow had the belt. That's the IWC, which stands for International Wrestling Cartel World Heavyweight Championship. That was a classic match. Now 4, I've got 2 entries. The first one is from WrestleMania 10. Brother versus brother. Owen Hart versus Bret Hart. That was the year that Bret and Lex Luger won the Royal Rumble. So they both got a chance to face Yokozuna at the WrestleMania 10. And that match was an absolute classic. How they set up for the last part, where Owen was on. Yeah. I think it was, one of them was on and they were trying to do a victory roll and then Owen stood into it for the pin. It was really cool. And then you got Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam 91, and I realised after watching the Mr. Perfect documentary, this had to be on the list. That match brought out the best of both men. They're both technical and they were both second generation. Obviously Owen and Bret are second generation as well. So that was a classic for me. So number 3 also has another match with Bret Hart. As you can tell, Bret Hart was my favourite wrestler growing up. So it also resonates with me. We got Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, the Iron Man match, the very first Iron Man match that WWE ever produced, and that was at WrestleMania 12. So that was a classic. And then it went into sudden death, and then obviously Shawn Michaels became the champion with where the story was about Shawn Michaels' boyhood dream coming true. So yeah. So number 2, we have Ravishing Rick Rude versus the Ultimate Warrior from SummerSlam 89. One of the best intercontinental title matches I've ever seen in my entire life, and it had to be on my list for number 2. And for number 1, my top 10 of my favourite wrestling matches of all time has to be, we're speaking about Wardlow again, Wardlow versus John McChesney, title for title match. It was one of the most classic wrestling matches I have seen in the past 20 years. And for me, it's my favourite. Not because of Wardlow, just because obviously Wardlow is my favourite wrestler. It's just that match will resonate with me all the time. And people go, oh, Wardlow's blah, 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 blah. And I always say to people, if you watch that match, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong with what you just said. And then they all come back to me and say, wow, that match is brilliant. So let's redo the list. So 10 is Hulk Hogan, Brutus the Barber Beefcake with Miss Elizabeth versus Zeus, Macho Man Randy Savage with Sensational Sherry from SummerSlam 89. And then from SummerSlam 92 was the Intercontinental Championship match, the main event at Wembley Stadium, which is Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog. 9, Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes from AEW. Yep, one of my favourite matches from AEW. 8, Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. from New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is the G1 Climax 28. 7, Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky, the TNT Championship match from AEW, from Rochester, New York. 6, Sanada versus Evil, the G1 Climax 2019 New Japan Pro Wrestling. 5, Wardlow versus RC Dupree, the ladder match from IWC. 4, one of 2 entries, Owen Hart versus Bret Hart, WrestleMania 10. And Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, SummerSlam 91. 3, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, the Iron Man match, WrestleMania 12. 2, Ravishing Rick Rude versus the Ultimate Warrior, SummerSlam 1989. And number 1 of my top 10 of my favourite wrestling matches of all time, it's Wardlow versus John McChesney, title for title match from the IWC. That's my list for today. The original list was supposed to be planned. I just want to put this at the bottom. I got really, really upset talking about certain things, and Saya told me to stop filming because he saw me upset too much. So I don't know when that original list will be put on, but if I don't put it on, there'll be something else to replace that. So that's why I've done this list for today, so I hope you guys understand. So I got too emotional talking about certain things, so yeah. Anyway, tomorrow's list, we're going to talk about our favourite desserts. Yeah, desserts. Oh, tummy rumbling. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I'm either going to push that list back a couple of days, or we'll see what happens. Or I might just redo another list and put it on for day 23. So day 22 is favourite dessert. So, okay. So I hope you guys understand. That video I wanted to post was too emotional for me. I couldn't do it. Especially talking about personal things about me, and I got really upset. So thanks to Sai for helping me out today. He's amazing. So yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Turn that notification bell on. You get a brand new video from me mañana, tomorrow. So yeah, stay gaudy, have unpleasant dreams, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Ciao, ciao, bye.